Hello and good morning from Universal's Aventura Hotel. We are down in the lobby to get some breakfast this morning. Brendan's over here getting some coffee, and then we're going to get some breakfast over here. I moved my car from the Sapphire Falls parking garage to the Aventura parking garage, and I went home to check on and walk and feed Arlo. Brendan's over here getting our coffee. That's pretty much what we are experimenting with doing this trip, rather than boarding Arlo or driving him an hour to and from her parents, Brendan's parents' house. We're going to check on him periodically and walk him and feed him at just the regular intervals that we would, because I-4 is right here, so it's very convenient to get home. It's about 15 minutes at most, pretty much, to get to where we live from Aventura. So around the corner, we put in our breakfast order over here, and we're going to go find a table. We're sitting way over in the corner. This is the pool that just opened up. This is Volcano Bay, and we're gonna get a parfait. So we got the food. Brendan got a coffee here. Got a side of bacon. I got the folded eggs and vegetables, so it's sort of like an omelet, but it's not. This is spinach, mushrooms, onions, mozzarella, and breakfast potatoes with bell peppers and onions. And then Brennan got the Sunnyside biscuits and gravy, 2 buttermilk biscuits, house-made chicken sausage gravy with Sunnyside eggs. All right, we are done with breakfast and heading back up to the room. So we went up to the room, and now we're back downstairs and heading over to Sapphire Falls to go to Universal.
I was gonna say Universal Studios first.
Maybe. We do want to watch the Mega Movie Parade, which is in a few hours. We could take the bus, which would pick up right here, but walking to Sapphire and then taking the water taxi to City Walk, it's probably equidistant to taking the bus to City Walk and going through the security hub there and then walking through City Walk. I think we might have dinner at Bar 17 Bistro up there tonight, and then maybe for lunch we might go to Mythos because of the Pyrock and Blizzrock drinks that I've been wanting to get. So we talked about it. What we might do is go to Islands of Adventure first, and then maybe ride some rides there and have lunch at Mythos, and then go over to Universal Studios to watch the Mega Movie Parade. I don't know how much time that'll give us at Islands of Adventure if we want to make it over to Universal by the time that the parade steps off, but we're just having a casual Universal day. This is one of my favorite parts of doing a Universal staycation. Universal staycation. I love watching Brendan go down these stairs just because they're so wide. But yeah, some of my favorite memories, just theme park general, is staying at Universal hotels and going to the theme parks. What I'd also like to do, I'm still wearing my sunglasses inside, is to go back to the hotel and maybe go to the pool, have like a midday pool trip. I have not ever done that. I've had like an early morning at a theme park and then gone back to the hotel pool, or I would usually just go to the hotel pool in the morning. So having just a midday pool trip would be really relaxing. And just a few minutes later, the boat has arrived. It's way over there. It's riding to City Walk to go to Universal's Islands of Adventure. How cool would it be one of these days to be able to go to the very top of the Pharos Lighthouse, all the way up there, and that would be incredible. And we've made it to City Walk, heading over to Islands of Adventure, and then coming back to Universal. So we just got a reservation for about an hour and a half from now for Mythos. So we have about an hour to do something at Universal at Islands, and then go over to Universal after eating at Mythos to watch the parade. So I was talking about walking up all the way to the top of the Pharos Lighthouse, but Brennan wanted to know if I would walk up the stairs, the exterior stairs to get up there.
Realistically, someone was just like, I'm going to give you
scary.
the opportunity. There's no fall protection or anything. It's just, do you think you could do it?
I don't know. I don't think they're like wide enough. See, I don't know. Look at how slender those stairs are. Brendan said that it would probably be scarier to come down the stairs than go up them, but this is after 25 years of weather and erosion. I don't know. We're just walking around the lighthouse now underneath it. The
really
door
is
right over here. Yeah, I'm really curious about it now, but this is the door
Do you think Dennis
to get
could
inside the
climb
lighthouse.
this?
Oh, definitely. Dennis can climb anything. There's also a forced perspective factor where they might seem a little bit less narrow than they actually are. Anyway, we're inside Islands of Adventure now. It would also be cool to like walk around Port of Entry here. It's neat to visualize and fantasize about exploring theme park areas that you can't. So we're thinking about doing Velocicoaster, maybe, or Dr. Doom, or Sky Trolley. So we decided we're going over to Velocicoaster first. It's posting a 25-minute wait, and then we can come back maybe to Zeus Trolley, because it's a 10-minute wait. And then Dr. Doom was like a 5-minute wait. And we have about an hour, a little bit more than an hour until our reservation, so we're going to start with Velocicoaster and just work our way back, basically on like the wait times and what we have time for. This Zeus Trolley train ride isn't the most thrilling ride of the park, but it's really cool just to get an aerial view of everything. They've been eating at Mythos. We'll get us prepared for Epic Universe tomorrow. Just the architecture and design of Mythos is very Epic Universe, specifically like Celestial Park. That's going to be us. Just a few few minutes. Hopefully there's no outdoor queue. I miss being able to walk over here. I wish that was like an accessible area that we could just casually walk to. I mean, we probably could go down there, but it's part of the queue, so we'd have to probably ask permission. Is this still a 25-minute wait? Yes, it's a 25-minute wait. This generally has pretty good capacity. See, this is the outdoor queue that would go down to the water. And there's not much of a line, so that's cool. It's still weird to me that they built a ride just in this footprint next to the Discovery Center. The line has been moving a little bit slower than I would have liked. But we're almost there. The lockers.
That's my baby!
Oh my god!
See if we can watch him fly by over here. There he goes.
When the sun hits, this whole area right here, you can't see anything.
Really?
Like it's bad. Like
You guys got every day for that or no?
no, they're not that big.
Now Brennan's getting to go. I'll talk about this in just a second, but this was the coolest thing ever. There she goes. I was just giggling and laughing the entire time. I got to see all of Jurassic Park. And the lands on either side, I'm out of breath just because that was so adrenaline-inducing.
For your safety, please do not sit, stand, or climb on any of the rocks, vines, or fences in case you're ready.
So I know that jumped from Velocicoaster to Tyranodon Flyers really quickly, but I just had a very, very special moment made for me because it was my birthday, where a team member got me onto Tyranodon Flyers, got us onto Tyranodon Flyers, and that was the coolest thing ever. I got to ride Tyranodon Flyers. 100% one of the most memorable moments ever is getting to ride Tyranodon Flyers. Just now it really is a 30 to 45 second ride, but I got to see all of Jurassic Park and just the whole park. It was just so cool. It was exactly what I wanted it to be. It was so special. So now we're backtracking because we pretty much got off of the ride and just that accommodation was made, so we just immediately walked over to Camp Jurassic. This was also so much fun, but we need to make a reservation like right now. We have less than 5 minutes, so we're going back through the Discovery Center, back down and across the bridge over to Mythos. I'm still out of breath for just how quick that happened and how overwhelming that experience was. I'm still smiling. I was smiling the entire time. So after we have lunch, we can head over to Universal and watch the parade, which is in about an hour. We'll have to put it in our order. Probably pretty quick. I think that riding Tyranodon Flyers, that might have been a little bit more thrilling than Velocicoaster was for me. I think the riding Tyranodon Flyers might have even been a little bit more exhilarating than Velocicoaster was. Except for this. This is always the best part, this roller coaster. And we're back in the Lost Continent now, and Mythos is right here. This is the 10-time winner of the #1 theme park restaurant in the world, and we made it perfectly in time for our reservation. We're heading to our table right now. This is such a beautiful restaurant. So we have our table. We're sort of over here by the window, just overwhelmed by the beauty of this restaurant. So Brennan wants to get this butternut squash, mascarpone ravioli. I'm gonna get this souvlaki couscous bowl. We might split this spinach pita dip. And then for a beverage for both of us, we're gonna get these dueling mocktails, the Pyrock and Bliss Rock mocktails. So this is the spanakopita dip, our appetizer, a savory blend of spinach, feta cheese, lemon and fresh herbs, served hot with fresh pita chips, seasoned with za'atar spice, with fresh cucumber, tomato, and olives. And then these are the drinks that I've been wanting to get for the longest time. The dueling mocktails, the Pyrock and Bliss Rock mocktails. This is the Pyrock, strawberry puree and lemonade, dueling with raspberry essence garnished with lychee boba dragon eggs. And then this is the Blizzrock, blue curacao, Sprite, and fresh lime juice, dueling with mint essence garnished with lychee boba dragon eggs as well. And I don't know which one we're going to have or share. So we both decided that the Pyrock is better out of the two. The Blizzrock is just, I don't know, sort of sour and a little bit bitter.
I think it's minty.
Yeah, it's almost sour, I guess.
This one is like really sweet though.
Yeah. comparatively this is more sour and bitter, and this is sweet. So that's Brennan's butternut squash mascarpone ravioli, which is sauteed ravioli, roasted Greek brioche, lemon butter sauce, and Parmesan cheese. And then this is the souvlaki couscous bowl with tofu. I got za'atar spiced couscous, fresh cucumbers, marinated artichoke, Kalamata olives, spiced chickpeas, feta cheese, tzatziki, and tahini dressing. Woo! And I read all of that successfully.
Tofu and whatever that is.
Yeah. And we also got to check because we're trying to make the parade, which is in about half an hour over at Universal Studios. But I think we have time. It's pretty backlit in here. We sat over there. This is a cool water effects. We're gonna go exit out of the back of the restaurant. That was a delicious lunch, and we have 15 minutes now to make it over to the Universal. This restaurant absolutely screams Epic Universe aesthetic. We had to rush a little bit, and I wish mocktails were cocktails, but they were still delicious. You know, I think I'm okay that I didn't do Pie in the Sky Seuss Trolley train ride. I wanted to have a aerial perspective of the park, and I ended up getting that. I had just mentioned too that last year I came with my brother Travis. I have a brother Dennis and Travis, and Travis's kids, and Pteranodon Flyers was closed, so I couldn't ride it. The only opportunity that I legitimately had to ride that ride, and then they let me ride it as a single rider, which I didn't know that you could do that, but apparently you can. Again, I do think that it was a very special circumstance for Brennan and I got to ride that, so I'm very, very happy and appreciative. Port of Entry is also very Epic Universe in terms of design, just sort of coming back around to that original thought about what reminds me of Epic Universe about Islands of Adventure. Anyway, we have 5 minutes to go over to Universal. There's our Pride Rocket, which is going to be closing in a matter of months. The parade should be starting any minute over in Hollywood. Somehow we made it to Universal Studios in like 10 minutes from lunch. The parade music just started. There it is. We did it, Brennan, just barely in time. High five. Watch the parade.
Oh my god. Anybody who's not seen that parade.
It is such a good parade.
You need to see it.
You finally got to see the floats that you didn't get to see the last time you saw it. So you saw the full and complete parade.
It's cool, it's creative, there's like great acting, costumes and stuff,
All
and
the
then
floats.
just visually, it's just really fun and
And the
nostalgic.
dancers and stuff. So Brennan's going to go inside the Wicked store. And I'm going to go down the street because there's some new stuff that I wanted to see. The parade's still right here though, so I might catch up with it. And I totally did just catch the parade. I wanted to look at this bench. Look at this, it's the dogs from Secret Life of Pets. Isn't that cool? Just right here on a bench. This gate here. There's some pets also just like in the windows of like the New York area. That was Max and Duke. And there's something else that I want to see down in San Francisco, which might be a little bit difficult to get to because this parade is very slow for some reason. So just walking alongside it the entire round. But I made it down the other side of the parade. That took a little bit because these crowds are pretty intense. But I'm now heading into San Francisco. And why I wanted to come over to San Francisco is because it is the 50th anniversary of Jaws. And they've set up some really cool photo opportunities to celebrate it. Whenever Universal does something like this, I just think it's really cool. They have some food booths. They aren't open right now, which is a good thing because I am completely full from Mythos. But there's a pretty cool photo opportunity over here. Parade's ending right now. You can hear the final roar from the Tyrannosaurus. This is cool. So this is a cool photo up over here where you can look like you're driving a skipper boat. And then there's some stuff inside. So there's definitely going to be more comprehensive videos of this probably in TikToks and Reels and stuff. This is so cool. Look at this, an old park map there with Jaws on it. And some costumes here, an actual genuine piece of the orca tooth from Jaws. And just a lot of like Jaws paraphernalia from the ride itself. And this orca boat here, there's a ton of stuff just up here all around the store. Jaws paraphernalia. This is so cool. Just wanted to make sure that I came here and saw this when I had the opportunity. This is so awesome. It's everywhere. Oh my god. Okay, gotta get back to Brennan so we can head back to the hotel. I don't know when those food booths are going to be opening up. I imagine that they'll have some fun food, but I just wanted to walk over here and just see what this looked like. And I'm very impressed. It's cool. My camera has now overheated multiple times due to the heat, which it has rarely ever done. Just that that's an indication of how hot it's been recently. Finding shade has just been so difficult today. I found Brennan over here in the shade.
I was just watching movie clips of Wicked the whole time in there. I was just mesmerized.
I brought our own Pyrock and Blizzrock drinks. Oh, that wasn't that funny. Come on.
I'm sorry, that actually got me.
So before we leave, we decided to do something else. What are we doing?
Rip Ride Rocket!
We're going to ride Rip Ride Rocket.
Despicable.
It's on the other side of Despicable. Rip Ride Rocket officially closes in September, so we're going to ride this. Now would be a pretty good time to do it. Is it a 10-minute wait though? It is a 10-minute wait. And we just got off of Rip Ride Rocket. And it was fun. We didn't stall at the top, which is always such a fear. But now we are actually going back to the hotel, and I'm going straight to the pool. That was a Gru reference. I really am going to the pool because I need to go to the pool today. It is so hot. Less than a week until this is completely outdated. Hey, Brennan, do you think Dennis could climb the Universal Globe?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we could get a pretty good grip on the Universal Globe. We're heading down to the dock to go back to Aventura, which is way over there. Took a minute, but the boat is here for Sapphire Falls. This little portable fan has been saving our lives today. It's Epic Universe, that's where we're going tomorrow. Today going to Islands and Universal, riding Velocicoaster and Pteranodon Flyers, watching the Mega Movie Parade, and riding Rip Ride Rocket. That was an awesome day. What I want to do now is go back to the hotel and go to the pool, and then eventually, hopefully, go to Bar 17 Bistro. Brennan didn't bring her swimsuit, so she's going to cool down in the room.
It was a short weekend, I forgot to.
That was our last water taxi trip to City Walk or the parks this little staycation. I guess tonight we're just spending it at the hotel and then checking out tomorrow and going to Epic Universe. And now we're back outside again and it's really hot. We're almost there. I still want to try to wave to Brennan from the hotel room, which I could do like in the parking garage because we're on the other side of Aventura. I think that I'm just going to walk over to the garage now where I parked, and I'll just wave to Brennan from the hotel room, and then I'll go to the pool, which is right over here. The entrance to the parking garage is just right inside the lobby. There goes Brennan to the elevator, and I'm going over here on the other side of the gift shop. So this is where I parked the car this morning after moving it over from the Sapphire Falls parking garage to the Aventura parking garage. And I'm trying to find Brennan. Up here it is so bright. She's waving. Let's have to take off my glasses. Where is she? There she is. That's our room. Cool. I have a very low percent of confidence that I actually zoomed it in on Brennan, but that was our room somewhere in that area. And then it parts right over here with a pretty cool view Volcano Bay. The bus drop off and pickup. And you cannot see Epic Universe at all. And just because I'm curious, I'm walking over the other side of the parking garage with the view of the front of Aventura and the theme parks. Back over there. We'll definitely be able to see more from Bar 17 later on tonight, but right now I'm going back up to the room and then going out to the pool. I did not bring my GoPro or anything, so I'll just grab my phone back in the room, and that's where I was in the parking garage down there, but I'm going down to the pool pretty much right underneath Aventura, and I'm switching over to my phone. So I'm heading down to the pool with the Coca-Cola, and I'm ready to relax. It's been so hot today. So looking outside, there's a little splash pad over here, and this is like a games area. There's air hockey and basketball and foosball, Connect 4. There used to be a ping pong table. There it is. And this is Bar Sol, just the outdoor bar. There's a pool table, but I am going over here to the pool. The room is somewhere over there. There's barely anybody in the pool right now, but I got a towel over here, and I'm going to find a spot to sit. All right, but I got my seat over here, and I'm about to hop into the water. I'm in the water now, and this is exactly what I needed after a long theme park day. This feels incredible. All right, I'm getting out of the water now. I went over to the other side of the pool, but I'm getting my stuff and heading back to the room. I was actually here for a pretty substantial amount of time. Substantial that I was out here longer than I thought it would be. It was like 45 minutes. The pool's getting a little bit busier. This is the garden walk that goes over to Volcano Bay, which this is the garden walk, and the Aventura pool, the hot tub, and then this is the walkway over to Volcano Bay. Brendan and I, instead of taking the garden walk to get to Volcano Bay, once we went to the parking garage and took the car to City Walk to park in the parking garage and then take the bus to Volcano Bay, and that was very unnecessary. So this is a very accessible pathway to get to Volcano Bay from Aventura, from Cabana Bay, and Sapphire Falls. Take that back though, because Cabana Bay does have a designated walkway also to Volcano Bay. But I guess I'm taking this way back to the front of Aventura to go up to the room, so Brennan and I can go take care of Arlo and then have dinner at Bar 17 Bistro. We're going early tonight to walk and feed Arlo, because I'm going back very early tomorrow to check on them before we go to Epic Universe and check out of Aventura. It'd be really cool to see the sunset from Bar 17 Bistro. I should have just walked through the pool to get back inside the lobby, but I did not do that. That didn't take long, and I can meet up with Brennan now, who's been relaxing and hydrating in the room. Until recently, the Epic Universe previews were specifically for, first it was team members, then annual pass holders, then hotel guests, and now finally the general public can go to Epic Universe. So Brennan and I have tickets to go tomorrow. It's going to be our final trip until opening day, probably our final trip for a decent amount of time. I feel like I'm missing something, but not. I'm gonna go change so we can go check on Arlo and then go to dinner at Bar 17 Bistro. I love this shirt though. So I went back up to the room. Brennan just woke up from her nap, so she's getting ready to go to dinner. So I'm heading back to the parking garage, which I should have gone inside. I don't know why I walked outside, because I'm gonna get to the parking garage by going inside through the lobby. But I'm going to take Arlo out and then come back, and then by the time that I get back, Brennan and I should be able to go up to get some dinner. So I'm going to go do that, and I'll be back in about an hour.
Thank you for your business. Please drive safely.
Thank you. And again, this works out great because of how convenient it is just to get onto I-4. So I'll be back at Aventura in just a minute, or a few minutes. It's the walkway over to Volcano Bay. And I'm back. The puppy was walked and fed, and he's just a happy little pup. But I'm gonna be back before the sun set, so Brendan and I can go get some dinner. Now Brendan and I can go to Bar 17 Bistro and maybe have some drinks responsibly and some dinner. We could get dinner down here and get some pizza, but the menu at Bar 17 Bistro looks delicious. So we took the elevator down, and now we're taking this specific elevator up to Bar 17 Bistro. This is the express elevator. Hi, Brennan. And here we are on the 17th floor, heading outside. So we're seating ourselves. We're sitting all the way down here at a table. We're here at the perfect time. Right now, we just put in our order, so we're going to split these hurricane fries. Then we're gonna get these steak and frites, and then I got the crispy pork belly bow. And I also brought this to take some pictures. So we tried to take a picture. I only had one Polaroid in the camera, so I put the camera back in the room, and I got my zoom lens. But we did get some drinks. I got this honeycomb old fashioned, which is whiskey Kentucky rye, whiskey old fashioned, honey and honeycomb, and then Brittany got this golden road mango tarts. I switched out my lenses and came over the window. There's Volcano Bay. And way back there is Disney, which is pretty cool. There's the pool and the Volcano Bay drop off, and the view of Epic Universe is pretty much what it was from our room. There's Helios Grand. This is the back of the hotel, and a little bit of Stardust Racers. The sun is setting fast, but I wanted to come over here for the view of Universal. There's a lot of seating over here, but there's Islands of Adventure and Universal Studios. We walked over to Sapphire Falls and then took the water taxi all the way to City Walk, right there, and then went to Islands of Adventure today. and rode Velocicoaster, which is all the way back over here. And then I did Pteranodon Flyers. We both did Pteranodon Flyers. And we had lunch at Mythos, then went over to Universal Studios to watch the parade, and then do Rip Ride Rocket. The view of these parks from this hotel, I think, is worth the reservation alone. And then there's obviously International Drive and SeaWorld over here too. But I'm going back over to the table because the food is probably going to be out soon. There's this middle bar, and then the view over here I think is just downtown. And the food is here, so we got these to split. These are the hurricane fries with soy ginger gastrique, citrus aioli, furikake, and green onion. And then we already got this. This is the steak and frites. And these are rosemary garlic marinated with herb fries, peppercorn sauce, and cafe de Paris butter. And then I got these. These are the crispy pork belly baos, pork belly, kimchi, gochujang sauce, and spicy onion salad.
This food is so good.
It really is. This might be one of my favorite old fashions that I've ever had.
It has a whole honeycomb inside of it. It is delicious.
Honey with an old fashioned. The sun's almost set. I'm about to start playing live music, but I wanted to show the horizon one last time. It was still light out. We were having just the absolute best night at Bar 17 Bistro. Just the atmosphere, the food, the drinks, and the company. You can even see Epcot way over there, Walt Disney World. We finished up with dinner, and we came back over here to the window to look at Universal because Brennan recently got new glasses, and she's actually able to see the theme park.
Okay.
I appreciate it.
If you guys have been watching the channel, like, since we started dating, like, you know I wear glasses. I used to wear them all the time. And then my glasses got scratched up, and I just, like, you know, life happens, you put things off. I have not been to the optometrist in longer than I should have. So I finally updated my prescription, which is good, because it was getting way worse than what it was before.
But now you can see the theme
And I
park.
can see again. I'm nearsighted, so it's I was able to manage day to day rather than like being forced. Just making excuses at this point. Look at Velocicoaster!
So now we've walked around Bar 17 Bistro. We're heading back downstairs. We also could have taken any elevator. We did not need to go all the way down to take the express elevator. So we're back downstairs again because we're gonna go play ping pong maybe, if it's open. This ball has a smiley face on it. Alright, we played some ping pong until we lost the good ball.
Right?
So we came back into the lobby. We're going to go upstairs and I think just maybe watch TV, just sort of
Get
like
ready for bed. We have
relax.
a really early day tomorrow.
Because tomorrow we're going to Epic Universe. I'm going to continue this video tomorrow because we're just going to be waking up early and checking out and having breakfast. So I'll see you in just a second. But also we got to ride Trinidad Flyers today.
We sure did.
See you in a second. And good morning from the next day. The final puppy responsibilities have been taken care of. Parked on the roof of the parking garage so it's easier to load because this is closer to the elevator. But we are leaving to go to Epic Universe. It's about 7 o'clock in the morning. So I was going to get some breakfast and some coffee, but Brennan's pretty much done getting ready. So I'm going to go upstairs and get ready for Epic Universe and pack up, and she's going to come down, I think, and get us breakfast. I'm back in the room. Brennan did go down and get herself some coffee and then some bacon, egg, and cheese croissants, I think, and some egg bites, right?
Ooh, and double surprise today. On my coffee, I was Brenna.
Wait,
On
really?
the sandwiches, I was Brandon.
Oh, yay! I'm so happy for you. I brought these walkie-talkie watches because I wanted to use them at some point this weekend. They're so silly, but I did not end up using them. At some point, I'll use those. This is what I'm bringing to Epic Universe. I have some Gatorades, my wand, and power-up bands, some fans, and a portable charger.
Oh, sorry, I already put my power band in my purse.
And we're all packed up, out of Aventura, and we're going to Epic Universe.
Yay.
This is the earliest that we've ever checked out of a hotel.
Right.
But we're so excited. Epic Universe is right over there. They also apparently did fireworks testing last night. We went to bed very, very early, so we did not hear that or see it. Good morning. What?
You filmed a clip before and you're like, good morning! And then I had to fix my shirt and then you redid it and you're like, good morning.
I'm sorry. I'm so tired. Let's go to Epic Universe. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Cool. So we were packed up in the car, driving directly to Epic Universe. As hotel guests, we do get early access into the park, so we can get into the park at 8 o'clock in the morning today. And we're so excited. But as far as this Aventura staycation, it was phenomenal.
It was
This
really
is such
fun.
a casual, like, hotel. It's really what it is. It's just rooms, but the view from Aventura of the theme parks.
being able
is
to take
spectacular.
advantage of the amenities around it
Yeah,
too.
the transportation and the food here was delicious, and this is being tacked on to what we did yesterday, but going to the parks and just what we got to do yesterday.
This is a fun
Pteranodon
little
flyers.
all day.
The food that we got was like delicious. This was a great little staycation just for a few days at Aventura, and now we're going to Epic Universe. We have our Epic Universe shirts. We'll see you soon. Have a great day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.
Bye.
Happy birthday to me.
Happy birthday.